Hi, welcome to Lakshmi's home and kitchen vlogs. Today I'm going to make a meal which is vegetarian meal. I made the meal prep here. I'm going to quickly show you. Just come back from work, you want to do a quick meal, just try and make a snack first. I made this one which is balls, which we call it as punugulu, or it's made with some cereals and rice. So that's going to be with salted and fermented one, just an in between snack. So this is all my preparation or ingredients for today's meal. So I'm going to make a curry, vegetable curry, a soup which is called rasam, a quick curry again, another curry with the dal, which is again the dal, yellow moong dal, and some rice and some yogurt. So these are my ingredients, and this is the equipment I'm going to use. I'll go through it as we go. I'll show it to you that we can do it in half an hour after we come from work. It's very easy and it's very filling and very tasty. I hope you enjoy this session. So, signing off now for me, but not for the kitchen. Enjoy. So, first thing first, let's put the apron. So, getting the apron done. And, all right. So, pray to the goddess Visalakshmi or Annapurnama. Aham Brahmasmi Annapurnaya Namah. So give me good thoughts, give me good feelings. So the food I cook is going to be good and nice. So this is cooking. It's almost done. All right. Let's start off by making taking the smaller burner. So I'm going to start off by making the curry. It's pretty easy and simple. So switch on the curry. Keep it in the slightly higher mode till your oil heats up. Add about 3 spoons of peanut oil or cold pressed sesame oil, which is going to be very useful for healthy option for cooking. So that is the oil, and the oil is there. I'm going to use a little bit of mustard seed from my um spice box. So this is the seasoning box. We call it as the seasoning box. This tadka dabba, we call it as popul dabba. So use this 1 tablespoon. Done. 1.5 actually. A little bit of cumin seeds, few strand of curry leaf, so I'm going to wait for it to splutter. We need to wait for the spluttering of the yeah. I'm going to switch on the exhaust for a few seconds. All right, good. And then use this to protect from. You can use the lid to protect from that spilling on your face. Now that's done. I'm going to add in the vegetables. Now the vegetable is added. Just saute it lightly. You can use a wooden one or a steel one. Saute it lightly. This is very good in calcium. We call it dondakaya, tinda. Local name, I'll just check it. Let me get the original box and show it you what the vegetable is. Now that vegetable is done. It's going to cook in sim. So I'm going to reduce this flame. That's going to cook there. Then let's make some soup. So for making the soup, it's a tamarind soup. So to make the tamarind soup, what I'm going to use is a simple tomato and some vegetables. So first switch on the pan. Waiting for the pan to switch on. Let's adjust this one once again. Yeah, it's done. So switched on the pan, put this on. Add again 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. One and another one. Okay. We're not going to use too much of oil, very less oil. So the first thing I do is I take fenugreek seeds, a little bit of fenugreek seeds, add few fenugreek seeds, add one small piece of chili, red chili, very small piece. Then add mustard seeds, add cumin seeds, lower the flame so that it won't fall on you, or you can use like a lid to close it. I'm also going to take some peppercorn. So pepper is very good for health. So peppercorn. So I'm going to just take it in hand, like with my fingers. So a little bit of peppercorn. And next, I'm going to add in some vegetables again for the soup. So these are the vegetables. I'm going to use onion, carrot, tomato, and drumstick. So first, I'm going to add probably the tomato to give it a nice tangy flavor. Before the tomato, I'm going to add some asafoetida or hing. Pinch of it, not too much. Add in your tomato. 1, 2, 3 spoons will do. Then I'm going to just saute it. Saute it lightly. Add in your onion. Add in your carrots and saute it lightly. We'll add in the drumstick the last. Now you can add few leaves of curry leaves, 1 handful of curry leaves, and close the lid and saute it. Now let's check on the other curry leaf. So it's doing fine. So I'm going to quickly show you the name of this vegetables. Let me pick it up from the floor. So this is the ivy gourd. Now I'm going to have a spoon. I'm going to use this spoon, the back of the spoon, to turn on the little bit of. You can use skewers, or you can just wooden skewers, or you can just use the spoon. I'm used to using my fingers mostly to cook, so I've just quickly used this fingers to turn it around. I'll show you how it looks like. All right, now I'll also show you the ivy gourd curry, how it's coming out. So it's coming together quite fine. So now the snack, which is made with lentils, white lentils, and rice fermented. That's called as ponganalu. We also call as idli batter. You can find it easily. This is the ivy gourd curry, mustard seeds, cumin seeds, some curry leaves, and it's cooking in its own water. And I've not added any water. This little thing here is the soup. I'm going to use tamarind. I'm going to extract the pulp of the tamarind and put it in the rasam, and then boil it for some time to give it a nice tangy flavor. So again, what did we put it in this? So what we put in this is fenugreek seed, peppercorn, mustard seeds, cumin seeds, little bit of asafoetida. It's a gum extract from the plant. Asafoetida, tomato, and some curry leaves with a small pinch of chili powder. Chili, actually. Now, going back to our kitchen there. So let's see how we can pull together the second bit. So whilst this is cooking, I would like to add some water so that it will fasten the process of cooking. So it looks like it is pretty okay to add now. Let's add in a little bit of tamarind water. So this is the tamarind water. I've added a little bit of it. I'm going to wait for. So the remainder of the tamarind, you don't need to throw it. You need to use your hands or some kind of a sieve to filter and get the best out of the tamarind. I don't need to throw it. Now this is almost done. So I'm going to close this and give it to the kid while the rest of the food is getting made. Now this one is cooking here. So I can increase the flame. I'm going to add in a little bit of turmeric into it. Where's my turmeric? Okay. My turmeric is in this spice box, which is another spice box. So I have my masalas, what you call as seasoning. Peppercorn, this is a masala. Garam masala, I have some kind of a biryani masala. I have coriander seeds and some tamarind. So I'm going to add in some good spoon of turmeric. Turmeric got really famous all over the world now. Okay, so give it a good mix. I'm going to use this. Doesn't matter if I use the same spoon because we are all vegetarian. You don't need to worry about these spoons. So this is doing well. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to add in some salt into it. So this is the salt I'm adding in 1 and 2 spoons of, oh, maybe 3 spoons of salt, which is actually tablespoons, not teaspoons. And then, so sorry, it's just the teaspoon, not the tablespoon. It's the other way around. So I also have a mix here. It's called pepper rasam paste, which we get at an Indian store. This is already got all the spice mix in it. So it's easier to get a ready-made soup. However, I've already added all of them. I'm just going to take a pinch of it and add it anyways. I've added this here. So this is the rasam that's getting cooked. So let it cook a little bit more. While this is cooking more and more and more and more, let's try and plate this up. So I'm going to plate this. Since I got a lot of kids here, I'm going to use just a normal plate. Take it and put it. So it looks like it's slightly hot. I don't mind taking the same spoon. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Okay. So you got all this nice little warm, hot snack while the food is getting done. Something in the tummy for the hungry little ones who come home. So this is the evening snack I'm showing. So you can make it as a breakfast as well, and you can use little bit of coconut, peanuts, and some seasoning to make a nice little accompaniment for this, or a chutney for that. So this can be placed for washing. Now let it cool and then wash. It's a non-stick Prestige brand. So it goes right into the sink. Now while it is sitting in the sink, I'm going to go take this and give it to my daughter. But first I'll do a taste check before giving it to the kids. It's a bit too hot. I'll just make it a little bit, squash it a bit. Easy to start. Let the heat go and give it. Travel. Thank you. Might be a bit hot. Check it out. That's what my mom used to do. She used to give us a snack as soon as we go home. So our mouths are a little quiet for some time. So while it needs to cook in its own, Gourd needs to cook in its own water. Same with this. So now that I've got so much of turmeric and other things in it, I'm not going to use the same. I'm going to use a different one. All right, let's have a look. Looks like it is a little bit cooked, well cooked. Now is the time to add a little bit of another vegetable, onion. It's your choice. If you want, you can add onion or you can skip it. I'm adding all of the onion. Let it cook in its own water. No need to add any water extra at this stage. So this is done. Now looks like the I'm going to keep it here on the side by the side. Looks like this needs a little bit of water. So I'm going to quickly extract some more of the tamarind from this tamarind pulp I have. So extract, 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 and extract a little bit more. Use your fingers, extract and put it here. So this tamarind is good for almost like morning and evening. A big soup, big bowl of soup. That would be the best thing to do. So now I'm going to add in some water and then let it cook in that water. So I'm going to check, do a taste check. Let me see if the salt is sufficient and all the spices are sufficient. Tangy, tasty. I think you do need to add a little bit of salt. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt in it. And a little bit of water as well. So this is teaspoon. Little bit of salt and a little bit of water as well. So this should do the job for this particular one. We'll quickly close it and we'll get going. So now we'll get going with the next dish. So the next dish I'm going to make is another curry, but this is again, why do you need to have so many curries? Is because you do need to have a balanced diet. So this I'm going to quickly take a one. In the meantime, if you want to saute a little bit of peanut for its garnishing, put in that little bit of peanut for garnishing. It's a nice spoon. Garnish, garnish, garnish. While this peanuts are slightly getting sauteed. Oh, this wants to come down. Okay, thank you. So this garnish, garnish, garnish. Put it in. Make it a little bit. Saute it on a slow flame till the peanuts are all raw. Rawness is gone. So I have a nice little kitchen towel which I'm going to use it and pull out all the peanut, raw peanut. Now again, I'm going to use peanut oil. This is the peanut oil. I just didn't want to slip in the live show. So I'm going to add a little bit more peanut oil for this one. The reason is I'm going to saute some spinach leaves, which I got from the spinach leaves, cut into fine pieces, and this is a frozen one. This already comes cut. So it's a frozen peanut, defrosted. So is this cooking well? Looks like it is. Now, while that is cooking well, I'm going to season this with a little bit of, again, my spice box. This is a nice spice box. So again, I'm going to season this with a little bit of mustard seeds, a little bit of jeeras. Then I may not use too many of the fenugreek. It tends to be a bit bitter. Peppercorn and moong dal goes very well. So I'm going to use peppercorn. And what else? Yeah, little bit of the chickpea. We call it chana dal or senga pappu. We're going to use a little bit of this. So I put in like probably 2 full tablespoons of it. And then wait for it to saute. So 2 spoons done. So I'm going to use this one probably. Oh, maybe a longer one. Saute. So my mom, when she used to come from work, she used to make it very easy for herself. So she would take a big cooker and put everything in it, and then it would get done in a very quick way. So I'm not using the big cooker because everything goes in and goes out very quickly. I'm not using the big cooker, but this is the one I'm using. So mostly using the fingers to use it, but I would suggest you chop it up thoroughly and use it, because this might tend to burst and come onto the face. So be careful while throwing in green chili into the one, because of if you're a seasoned cook, then you should be able to handle this. So that's done. A little bit of asafoetida, some more asafoetida. I think I didn't mention it. So some more asafoetida. This one got to get lower. Let's put on the exhaust. So this gets to a nice, so it's still cooking in its own water. Now I'm going to add in a salt, little bit of salt to make soften it, to bring out more water. So that will be a 1 and 2 spoons. That's sufficient to bring out its own water. And let's cook with its own water now. Now I got you there on this on a low flame. The exhaust needs to be off. Switch it off. Then I got this on a low flame. Okay, now what is this doing? This is a seasoning for the spinach. So put in the spinach. Make sure your seasoning is well roasted and it's not raw. So put in the spinach. Again, I need to put in the exhaust. Put in the spinach. Add in some more spinach water. Let it cook in its own water again. Don't need to let it cook in its own water again. Switched it off. Now this one, there. Let me do a taste test again. I'm going to put it in the my hand as usual. If the salt is fine, it needs to boil at least one full boil. It is getting to get a tangy taste. However, it's not a next level. So to make it as a next level, I do have a trick to it. So that is the jaggery powder or sugar, whichever you have. You can put raw sugar, you can put jaggery. I would like to put some powdered jaggery, which I have ready handy in hand. So I'm going to put a full spoon of it, because even though it's not spicy, it is not really like soup you want to drink. So yeah, I did that. Now let's give it a good stir. It's stirred up. Now I'm going to actually taste it with the whole spoon in it. Very tasty and tangy. Very tasty and tangy. Now I would add in the drumsticks. Add in the drumsticks. And I would add in a little bit more water, because the tamarind is slightly on the higher side. So I added in a little bit of water. Now with this one as well, I would add in probably about a spoon of water, spoon or 2 spoons of water. Switch on the exhaust. You don't want this to burn. So that's done. So you don't want that to burn. This one, as I mentioned, there's slightly a higher amount of tamarind. Probably this is black tamarind I'm using. Probably you may want to use slightly lesser quantity, because the black tamarind tends to be more tangier than the normal tamarind. So people who love to add in some more spice to it, they can definitely use their own spices and add in more spices to it. I thought this is sufficient, so I'm going to stop at it. I'm going to give it a good stir again. I didn't get the color, so I need to get the yellowish color. So I added in a little bit of turmeric again from here. If you want to, you can even add coriander. It will give you a nice taste. If you don't have the powdered coriander, is better. If you don't have the coriander leaves, add in coriander. It's a must. You can add in the whole coriander, because if you're going to dry roast it and put it in the grinder, if it is going to get stuck in your throat, your kids may not like it. But if they are quickly boiled, the extract of it goes into the soup, you'll like it. Now this is done here. While this is getting done, let's have a check on this. So this one is getting done as well. So the spinach is coming together. Usually you really cook the spinach without closing it. So I got too much of without the exhaust, so I just closed it. But you don't cook it closed, you cook it open. I'm going to add a little bit of water, just like when cleaning this vessel. And also I need water, so I just picked up some water from the sink. Add into it. This will cook the spinach in a nice and thorough way. It's got oil, so it won't stick to the pan. Now, looks like the curry is almost coming together. Let's have a look. Look, the pan is not really hot. I can show you it's coming together, but we don't want it to stick to the pan. So we're going to use the increase the flame, add in a little bit of water more water, and let us cook it out without the lid. Okay, let's cook it without the lid. So that will quickly bring together. Let's do a taste check. So I'm going to check the taste of the vegetable and salt. Looks like it's perfect. At this stage, I would really cook it open instead of closed because I can then monitor all the three of them pretty well. I'm going to add in one more spoon of water. So this is how my mom would cook. In half an hour, she would finish her food. This session is in honor of my mom, whom I really remember today. And yeah, she used to really make us good food, and we really loved her food. Now I'm going to add in a spoon of little bit of coconut just to give it a healthy option. I have desiccated coconut, so I'm going to add 2 spoons of it and let the water soak it in. So I would say actually one spoon, one full tablespoon is what I would have added in it. And then now I would add a little bit of turmeric to give it a nice color. A little bit of turmeric. And if you want, you can add garam masala. If you don't want, you don't need to add garam masala. I'm not adding any garam masala or any red chili powder, because then it becomes too spicy. No one wants to eat it. Whereas if you just avoid the spice, the food gets well done, and also people like it. So that's all done. Now this is cooking without the lid. Okay, that's number one. This is cooking, going to cook with the lid now. I'm going to take this lid and use this. That's going to cook without the lid. I'm going to use the moong dal and put it in this. And then let the moong dal, the whole bowl of moong dal is in it. Let the moong dal cook in it in the water of spinach. So this becomes a curry too. Now I need some more water to add into it so I can clean this. So this is all cleaned up. This goes into this. So it's all done. Did you like it? So put all of the moong dal into it. Now this curry is almost getting done. Wow, 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 wow. But I want it to go into sim because I want it to cook thoroughly. Go into the sim, please. Go into sim, please. Sim, sim, sim. So now 28 minutes into the session, right? I'm going to use a container. I'm going to use this container to make rice because rice takes some time too, and kids will be hungry, and we need to finish the rice as well. So I got one bowl of rice because we are rice eaters and we are really rice eaters. So that is a rice. So I'm going to use my fingers to clean it up. So you can use a spoon, spatula, or gloves, hands with gloves. But we tend to use the fingers more. So I'm going to measure the water. So 1:1 is ideal after you soak it, but this looks like it's got less water. So I'm going to add more water into it. Let's get some water. 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 Rice is good too. It's good for digestion. Basmati rice is low in GI. It easily cooks. It's readily available in Melbourne, and people really love basmati rice here. And we get a lot of basmati rice. Our family tends to eat a lot of basmati rice. Now this goes into the where does this go? This goes into the cooker, which is the microwave, and it gets cooked for 15 minutes. La 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 la. 1:15. This gets cooked for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Ooh, 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 wow, 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 wow. Right. That's getting cooked for 15 minutes. This is almost done. Wow. This is done. This is done. So I'm going to use, I think maybe I will close this. Don't mind using this one to close it. So this one is also done. However, because this is the soup, and if you want to make it a little bit more thicker, you can take 1 spoon of rice flour, mix it with water, and add it. It'll give you a very nice taste. La 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 la. Daisy. So this is my rice flour. So I have a rice flour which I'm going to use. Add it with water. La 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 la. 1 spoon of rice is all we need. Ooh la la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. 1 spoon of rice is all we need. And mix it, mix it, mix it, and this is the thickener for the soup. How you have the traditional soup with corn flour as the thickener. So instead of corn flour, for the soup that goes along, which we call it as rasam, dappalam, you can use the actual rice. La 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 la. Okay, now, this is the one. Sorry, this is the rice flour. All right, that's all done. Now let's wash this and close it. Done, 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 done. Done. So what's the time now? It is live for 32 minutes. I think we should be done. People cook in 1 hour. I thought I would take 1 hour to cook, but I'm going to finish everything in like probably 45 minutes. So let's have a look at this. Looks good. Looks good. Let's add some peanuts. I think I'll just let it dry up a bit. Let it dry up a bit. It's still wet. I'm going to make it dry a bit. Once it is dry, I'm going to add in my peanuts. Peanuts, peanuts, peanuts. Right. This curry is all done. It's all done. The curry is done. Ivy Gourd curry is done. So it's all dried up and nice. So it's a dry curry. So I'll let it sit on this for a few more minutes and remove it from the fire. Right to the serving dish. Add some more peanuts and your curry is ready. Done. Okay, this is done. Switched it off. Done. Now this one needs to be done. So this is the curry for your moong dal and spinach. This is getting done. It's going to take some time for it to go. So I'm going to leave it like this, okay, and do a little bit of seasoning. So add a little bit of turmeric, which goes into everything almost. I'm going to add a little bit of pinch of spice, which is garam masala, and I'm going to mix it thoroughly. Mix it, mix it, mix it, and mix it, mix it, mix it. Give it a good stir. This will dry up on its own. Now let's check on the rasam. The rasam looks good. Let's have a check. So let's let it boil for one more boil. Let's boil it for some more time. We need to see the bubbles here. So if you're looking at temperature, this needs to be a temperature of like really boiling temperature. Right now it's not really boiling, probably because we added 1 cup full of water and rice. So it's not boiling. So that is all done. Let's clear up the mess. So this is done. This goes into my cupboard up. Done. This goes into my pantry up. I'm gonna put it here. Later, put it later. Then this goes into my fridge. The spice box gets closed now. We don't need to use any of this. Gets closed. Yeah. So the other spice box also gets closed, which is this spice box also gets closed. We don't need to use them. So I have some cloves here. I'm going to transfer to another box and then close it. The asafa hing doesn't need to be used, so this gets closed here. Right. I'm going to use maybe a little bit of garnishing. For garnishing, I might use a little bit of curd leaves. Don't want to waste my curd leaves. And a little bit of some people use this. I don't use it. This one I'm going to put in the fridge. Muta, where's the lid? Got one lid here. Close it. Put in the fridge. So my mom would have time even to make chutney. So as I mentioned, you can try the coconut chutney, or you can try the tomato chutney with the tomato paste which we found there. I don't mind putting it. So that's all done, and the rice is getting done. While all of them are getting done, we can get the plates and start plating. So I'll get my plate and then start plating for the food we have cooked. And yeah, ideally she would do it in like half an hour, but yeah, I'm going to take I think 45 to 1 hour. All right, now I'm going to quickly have some fryums for this or some papadam for this. That will going to give you a very good, the very good crunch for the soup. So I'm going to put on exhaust. Please go through the things which we are doing here. Have an eye on it. I'll be back. La, 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 la. I am getting some papadam. La, 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 la. So, what goes along well with the this is the box of my papadams, which is ready-made papadams. I'm going to show one day about the papadams which I've made as well. But this time I'm going to take legit papad, favorite. Mom would support a lot of women who needed to be independent. I also have some more papadams which are from like Nutri Foods, but I'm not using that. So I'll use that. A little bit of yeah, papadam and a little bit of Fryums. I'm going to use it today. So let me pick up few of them, put in this bowl, which I'm going to microwave it. And instead of oil, it's a healthy option. So I'm going to take around one, two, three, four of the papadams, which is Papadam in UK and in Europe. We call it appadam. Some people call it appalam. So there are different ways you can it goes by. So this is here one of it. I'll show one of it, and then few fryums. Let's go and fry it up. So I have one more microwave upstairs. I'll go fry this up and come. Okay, you be here on the watch. All right. So this is done. So let this not stick to the pan. So I'm going to reduce the flame while I go quickly make the papadums and come back. And let's do a check. Mm. The salt, I think, is not sufficient. So I'm going to wash my hand, put some salt in it. So the salt is not sufficient. I will need at least one, two, and three. You can add ginger to it. You can add ginger to any of the things. I didn't add. You can add ginger garlic. Today I didn't add ginger, but you can add ginger garlic. I have a slice of ginger somewhere. Yeah, yeah. You can have a grated ginger. You can grate it and put it. I have lemon, which I'm going to drizzle on it at the end because lemon is vitamin C, goes very well with iron, which is in the spinach. They both are a good combination. So I'm going to drizzle some lemon juice on top of it. So I didn't use too many things like ginger or garlic or ginger garlic oil and other things. So let's go and get some papadams done. Or I can do it here, but yeah, I'll have to wait for 5 minutes. I think I'll do 5 minutes straight. All right, now this is boiling like a boiling. Have a look. So this is the way it needs to boil. Once it's boiled for so long, you need to switch it off. All right, so switching it off. This is done. This can stay here, or you can actually take it in a bowl. We'll take it in a bowl. This bowl because we want to serve it now. So this soup is almost ready to be served. So I'm going to use this drumstick, little bit of drumstick. So this is the soup. It's got onion, cooked onion, carrot, and yeah, carrot, onion, and all the goodies of the vegetables. So this is the soup. Close it now. Now this is here. It'll get cooled by the time this is getting done. Now this is going to be on higher, but little bit of a higher thing. Right, it's almost done. So let's do a plating. So for the plating, I'm going to use a plate. So I'm going to use a plate, a very what do you call, like a bento box plate. You can have it in this plate, but if you like, you can even put it in a bento box plate like this, like a bento box shape. So let's go for it. Wow. Let's go for the bento box. So for the bento box, I'm not going to take any risk with the thing flowing on my hand. So I'm going to use this for this soup. I'm going to add in the peanuts. If you want, you can add in more to your plate. But this is how it's going to be. It's going to be peanuts, yum, peanuts and ivy gourd. Right, that's done. So I'm going to add in this in a minute, but I also have something which is a staple which we use, which is the yogurt or the curd. So I'm going to put a little bit of it here, a little bit of water for the lovely ones, for all my lovely audience. A little bit of water for you. Drink 1 liter of water at least a day, 8 glasses. Try to drink two if you're in a hot climate. Avoid coffee or diuretics and walk at least 30 minutes a day. Don't sit in one place. Don't be a couch potato. I'm sure you wouldn't. Let's squeeze in the lemon. Warm it up. Warm it up. Exercise, exercise. Warm, warm. You don't need to warm up even the lemon. Sometimes to get the lemon juice out of the lemon. Warm it up. Warm it up. Warm it up. Warm it up. Oh, where's the lemon squeeze? I can't find my lemon squeeze. All right, to use the knife and then cut this off. So I'm using the knife, cutting it off, and I'm going to drizzle it on the spinach and moong dal, yellow moong dal curry, which is, it's your choice. You can leave it like this with this consistency if you're having only rotis. But when you have rice, you like to have a little bit wet the way it is. So I'm going to make it a little wet. And I think for me, this is done. This is perfectly done. Let's do a taste check. Perfect. 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 I love it. In fact, I'm going to add. What am I going to add? I'm going to add a little bit of coconut desiccated into it to give it a real crunch. How about that? That's a terrible idea, or that's a good idea. Just let me know below in the comments whether you want to add the desiccated coconut or you don't want to add desiccated coconut. Why am I adding coconut? So coconut is a balanced meal. It's healthy option, not every day, but once in a while. Why not? Now I have a big squeeze of lemon, which I do need to do. So I'm going to remove these little ones, little guys there. Squeeze it. Oopsie daisy. That's all done. So your lemon squeezed moong dal spinach curry is ready. You can call it a dal. You can call it a curry. Oh, this wants to come into this plate because this is for the audience, right? So this plate is for the audience. Wow. How good is that? My rice is cooked. The microwave, LG microwave, has done a wonderful job. It's cooked the rice already. Now, your bento plate is ready. What it is missing is the pickle and the papadam. Let's give the papadam 30 seconds. Let's give the papadam a 30 seconds and then let's check. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Now, I didn't have the time to make any pickle, so I'm going to use the ready-made pickle, which we get it in the Indian store here, which is the mango pickle. Pickles are good. It's got prebiotic, so you do like to eat pickle. So I'm going to pair it up with the yogurt because this is spicy, that is mild or no spice. La 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 la. Oh, my microwave papadam is almost ready. I'm waiting for it to come. All right. There you go. There you go. Your papadam is ready. And I'm going to keep it on the side. Okay, we don't want to confuse the bento plate because it still needs rice here and needs maybe a little more of the soup and a little more of the spoon. La 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 la. Wow. Serve it with love. So, where is my spoon for the rice? So you may want to take a bigger one, but because I'm on this show, I'm going to take a smaller one just for the show. So this is the rice. Now, don't get worried about the amount of rice you Indian guys eat. Mhm. No comments on that on the show. So this is the rice. This is the pickle and yogurt. Oops. And also the moong dal and the ivy gourd curry with the soup. Go for it, guys. Warm winter, warm night. have a lovely soup with the papadam, with the fryums, and what do you call this? Magic. Have a good night's sleep. Bye bye, everybody. See ya.